Hello, I'm here today with the OPXY, and we are going to techno with it today. We're going to piece together a beat using a bunch of really unique and fun tools that the OPXY has to offer. Of course, there are no rules on how to use any electronic instrument, but I tend to use it in what I think is a bit more of an unconventional way, mainly being that my favorite engine is the wavetable engine. So I have it set for 4 different channels. And for me, so far, it's been the engine that's given me the most like sort of techno-y sounding sounds. All right, so let's get started with some kick. We got to find the right kick though. I find that Woodbox is a pretty cool kit overall, but if you'd like to, get into the sauce, you could switch up your kick, let's say here. So what I've done, shift, and this is like the sample button. There's a bunch of samples saved in here, and I'm going to choose what I think is a great techno kick. Kick hard is pretty good. Let's go with that. Kick hard it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that right? So kick. What else could we add here? I'm going to choose my lower frequency drums for channel 1, and then my higher frequency, maybe hi-hats, perks, and stuff like that for channel 2. So what else do we have here? Okay. There we go. This one, I want this to play, let's say every second time. There we go. Higher perks. Go. This, I definitely want some reverb on this, so let's go to that specific note. Mixer, we're on the right track. And I might even pitch it up a little bit too. Is that coming from the sample, or is that? Okay, I want to change these hats. Hi-hat. Okay, let's try this boop hi-hat. Okay, maybe lower it a bit. All right. Straight up. So that's the thing here, is that on this particular step, every note that plays on that step is going to have that reverb on it. So what I'm going to do is actually bring it down. Let's bring it down to 0 actually. Kind of cool with some delay on it. In fact, we could add delay on this entire track. Why not? Cool. Maybe some reverb as well? No reverb. Cool. I'm actually feeling a bit of a different rhythm here. Doom, 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 doom. That's a good starting point. bit too much, so again, I'm going to make this play, where is it again? Every 4 times. Cool, so that'll be all drums for now. But then I'm losing that hi-hat. Damn it. Okay, maybe put a hi-hat here. No. Okay, so we have our drums. Let's go back again. What I wanted to do before, the tape reel. And we're gonna make this a much longer pattern, so make it 4. So we could really play with this, make it a longer variation. Okay, and we're just gonna throw this in randomly. Here we go. Okay, so that one's a little bit weird. And I think the first one's weird. Okay, play through. There's nothing there. I don't know why it's doing that, but see that. Don't like that. I'm not sure why it's doing that. Okay, cool. So it sounds like it's doing nothing now, but once we add all the other parts, you'll see that it adds something. Like it adds like a sort of skipping sort of flavor, but something that's subtle enough that it could, you know, rest in the groove and not sort of take us out of it. We'll bring the saturation down a little bit here. Cool. So it's not sounding very techno-y right now. What we can do actually, let's say on this last track here, to bring it more into that sort of techno flavor, shift samples, track 8, shift samples. And I actually have my own samples here from Techno Starters Volume 1. It's a sample pack that I released a while back. And if you'd like to, you know, bring some techno flavor onto whatever it is that you're doing, this is a great way of doing it actually. So this sample here, let's add this to beat 1. Okay. So you can hear it in the background, it's pretty low. Let's go to that sample specifically. Bring the volume up. What's going on with the filter? Bring the filter up. Make sure that this is a complete, there we go. So that's on track 2. It's pretty cool. Right, so if we just want a little bit of that flavor, and now actually that thing that's happening on this last beat here, I'm just going to replace it with a hi-hat. Because we already have something happening here. And also what we could do, if we want to, we could like put this on an off beat, let's say. And we'll turn this into a 2-bar thing instead of just 1. Okay, so we have to replay this in with the hats. Here we go. Okay, and then on beat 1, put that there. Or we could just take the hats out completely. What does that give us? Okay, what could we do with this? Maybe play with the filter here. Okay, add like a sort of, maybe a melodic thing in the drums. Let's try this. Let's try that. saturation. Okay. Okay, so we'll see where this goes. Let's see where we could go with this. I could raise the volume of that as well. There we go. Okay. I might actually even add another. I don't know why it's playing like that right now, but let's say on this sample, I'm going to change this one to a hi-hat thing that I know sounds a little bit more techno-y, you know? I don't know why it's playing so high right now, but I know there's a... Okay, so those are the hi-hats. Bring it back to here. Okay, so we got those hi-hats there. Definitely bring the level of those down a little bit. Okay, so now we're a little bit more in techno land, so that's great. Maybe bring that saturation down a little bit. Right, so that's a cool combination of Techno Starters Volume 1 and some one-shots that are on the OPXY standalone. So channel 3, 4, 5, and 6, these are all wavetable synths. And I'm literally just gonna throw like little one-shots in here and there and see what I could put together. And I'm obviously gonna change the character of each of these wavetable synths so that it's like a little bit different. But the key here is sparsity. Like I'm adding one note here and there and then maybe adding, anyways, I'll get to it right now. Let's do this. First off, okay, cool. Okay, so I'm feeling E. Doesn't matter because we're going to change this afterwards anyways. You know what? I'm actually going to go back and get rid of all this tape reel skipping stuff we got going on there. There we go, just finding the right tone. Oh, yes. Okay, this can play every second time. Let's play that again. That's it for that note. Definitely add some reverb to it though, so let's go to our mixer. There we go, that makes it a little bit more epic. Also gives it a bit more volume. Okay, go to 5. We'll get our mix together in a bit. Definitely every second time, right? Trigger every second time. And how do we change these notes? Change them around a little bit. reverb just on this second note. So actually, let's take this down, the reverb here, add it on the second note. Whoops, I tend to do that sometimes. And also with some delay. And this is too much. So every fourth time instead of every second time. Let's go back to this 4 times. That's loud too. Take care of that. This one is not loud enough. Okay, and also on this one, I want to bring that filter down. Oh, it's already pretty low. Okay, wait, let's see what we can do here. Okay, on this track two, I'm also going to bring the filter on this down because the long sample from my sample pack in this context, it's a little too high end heavy, I find. So let's bring that down a little bit. And the delay can come up on this maybe. Or even a high pass on this one. There we go. So now it really separates it. Nice. How high can we go? Bring that delay back. Nice. Okay, cool. So we're getting some cool textures here. We're getting somewhere, definitely. I like this. Okay. Bass. Saturation. Play a little bit more with this generation loss. Yes. Right. Just right away with that, even just this, along with the RMX 1000, it's pretty cool. Sparsity. We could maybe add like one more thing. We're going to bass. Okay, what I like to do with bass sometimes is play with the LFO. I think there's some reverb on this. Okay, so suddenly this isn't really bass. 2, 3, Okay, and then see what we can do with that. So that's our bass. Different, ooh, even that's kind of cool. Can we add some motion to the space? I don't want to add too much. Okay, play with ADSR. Nope. Maybe add a little bit more to the space. And there we have a bass. Okay, so just gonna go on a limb here. Let's extend this pattern to 2 bars. So it's all E flat so far. What other notes can we add here? Okay, so we'll go to a C2. Here we go. Okay, let's actually change this a little bit. One more time. Ding, 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 ding. There we go. Okay, we'll add maybe a little bit of param change in here because with bass, you don't want it to change too much, right? Let's see what. No. I always like to go through all the different options before. Oh, that's cool too. So it's between primes. This one's cooler though. Yeah. Okay, so let's actually mute the kick for now. And just hear the bass. Here we go. No, definitely not drift. Nope, no position. Yeah, so we're not going to change it much. We'll just keep it as is. I don't want to change the bass too much. What can we add here though to the bass? Yeah, so that's definitely the one. Okay, what's going on here with the filter? We'll change this, of course, to a low pass, and we'll just take a lot of those high frequencies away. So we're actually getting some like low mids and not so much lows. Because when I go to low, there's not really any sub frequencies in there. Unless maybe I increase the resonance. Let's see what happens there. Yeah, it's right about there, which is very low. Okay, our kick is nice and subby though, so I think they sit well together. I can't mix it too much, like within the OPXY. It doesn't give me the ability to do that, but nice. Okay, so bass is done. We have our last voice here, voice 3, which may or may not even, I'm not sure I even need to use it. So that's a cool groove. Let's add one thing to it. What though? Let's make this a 2-bar pattern for sure. Wow, I don't know what to add. Trying to be very selective. Maybe something in the higher frequency with like a high pass on it as opposed to a low pass, because a lot of everything here is very low. about taking the OPXY into Technoland. It's really easy to take it out of Technoland. That's the thing, like you have to be very selective with the synth engines that you choose, or else you're out of Technoland like that. So it's very specific. Okay. Right, so that's like an organ. What can we do with this? Maybe a longer note? Okay. Back to a low pass. Okay. What can we do with this LFO? Maybe we can find something funky here. With reverb. Let's throw some reverb on this. Okay. Sample it back. That's what we want. No, we want the quieter one. Let's go back to this. How do we work this? Change the... Right, so this is something I'm not even sure is completely necessary. Okay, let's go into the mixer settings. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring up the mix of the mixing clip mixing. Not too far because we already have a lot of that going on here with generation loss. We're bringing that sort of saturation to the game. So just a little bit. Saturate this a little bit more through generation loss. And just to give you a before and after of this, actually. So this is without generation loss. thing that I think is a bit of a problem with the OPXY, in my opinion. Whereas if you throw it through something like this, where generation loss makes everything sound good, pretty much. I have some very basic settings, so yeah, I could also change the model of. So this is like it's modeling after different types of tape machines, essentially. So that's what this is. That's what that would sound like. This is my favorite setting of that. Cool. Nice. Okay, so we'll leave that as is. There's also a mix between percussion and melodic. That I'm going to bring down for sure. Where is that? Track 3. Cool. Right, so that's the sort of thing where if we want, we could just like, it's there if we need it. Maybe you can let's try putting some a trig on here. Let's say, why not? Double it. So we just doubled that. What does this do? Portamento? I don't think it's possible because the notes are so short. And we could bend the notes a little bit. There we go. It's very subtle. I think if we open the note up a little bit, there we have some bending action going on. And we'll also add some delay to this. Maybe just to this one. What if we just took this one away? Subtlety. That's what I'm going to do, and I'm also going to make this play every second time. So again, sparsity. Yeah, I think that's better. Okay, cool. So I think that we're somewhere good. Let's enhance this a little bit more with some other unique features that the OPXY has to offer. So the first one being this tape machine. Let's see what we can do with this to sort of spice this up. We can even make this, it's already 4 bars, that's fine. Okay. So I'm literally just pressing on, different keys. They loop, I guess, or they tape loop. I'm not exactly sure. They stutter, whatever thing is happening on that step in the groove. So very subtle things that don't take you out of the groove, but sort of just enhance it in this sort of tapey, sort of, orbally, skippy, stutter sort of way. So let's do this. Here we go. Yeah. Cool, I like that so far. No, I don't like that one. Go with this one. Ooh, that one's good. Let's hear it. Too skippy. Let's hear it. Nice, it kind of bends the bass note there. Cool. Okay, here we go. Hear it? Nope. I think I'm good with just that. Like the two. Yeah. Yeah. Great. That's great. That's great. It speaks to me. Okay, the next thing we could attempt to do is, where is it? The brain. So we could change undefined. How do I get out of this again? So there's auto and then there's manual. So with manual, you're essentially able to choose like the mode or the scale that you want to play in for, you know, a particular amount of steps. So let's see. Like Phrygian is usually a dark kind of techno-y mode. It just takes it somewhere completely different. It's kind of cool. Like we have that as an option. Mixo, Lydian, no, let's stay with the minor. Dorian could be cool. And by the way, I went down the octave for this. You could go up the octave and make it like a much brighter, you know, that kind of Dorian, or down the octave. Also kind of cool. Is it adding anything? Not really. My favorite one is definitely Phrygian again. Up the octave? No, down the octave. But it's just, it's maybe too low. Would it make sense to do this? Let's try that. So we'll make this a 4-bar thing, and we could enter this in into the step sequencer. So here we go. Okay, so we'll just do that the second time through. Here we go. Again, making this a longer pattern. Here we go. With that. So from there, we could of course enhance this by adding more sequences to it, but for now I think we're just going to stick to this sequence. But my personal favorite thing to do is to head over to this, this punch in page where we could like punch in different effects according to whatever key that we press here. So if I press, this is very similar to the OPZ, by the way. It's like basically the same thing. Again, if I want to, I can make this, you know, 4-bar pattern, and I could print these in if I want to, or I could just punch them in a live sort of setting. So this is like a randomized note for the melodic parts. Same thing for the drums. Hi-hat for the drums. Fill for the drums. Mute the drums. Mute the melodic parts. Right, so there's a lot going on here. And so between this and the RMX 1000, I find that there's like a lot to work with. It's super fun. All right, so now you can see it.